Hi guys, so this is a video I have been meaning to film for so long. Back in March, I think, when the Adelaide Fringe Festival was on, there was a little pop-up shop on Rundle Street where a bunch of different sellers were selling their wares. And in that sort of area, they had a vintage clothing stall. And Mum and I went in there one night when we were going down to the garden and we had a look at what they had there, and this dress just popped out at me like I needed to try it on. I'll grab it. So here is the dress. It is so shimmery and gorgeous. They had $35 on it. We got them down to $30. The thing with it though is that it's slightly too big. As well as this material, it's not the most pleasant feeling material, and it does have it around the inner neckline. So the reason I haven't featured this in any videos yet is because I have been planning on altering it since I bought it, and it's just sat in my wardrobe staring at me because I wanted to show you guys and then like make a video of me with the before and after and everything. But I just haven't had the time. I've been busy doing other things. So now I thought, we're into October. I don't know exactly when this video will come out. Probably November, possibly December, who knows? But I thought if I filmed this part where I showed you the dress, then I would have more incentive to actually follow through and do the alterations so that I can wear this out, because it's so gorgeous and it makes me feel really elegant, and obviously it stands out, which I like, you know. So the things I want to change about it is to bring in the waist just a little bit so that it just has a bit more of a curve to it than how it's sitting at the moment, and to add a little bit of lining material over the top of the what do we call it, neck band, this part this part around my neck. Anywhere this material would be touching my skin, I just want to cover it up with some lining. So it's two things. It should be simple. I haven't quite got my sewing set up you know, sorted yet. My office is still a work in progress, but I do have my sewing machine that's accessible, and maybe I'll just like use it on my dining table or something. I haven't quite figured it out. It should be relatively easy, so I want to get this done so I can have another wearable dress. So this is that first segment done. Now to get to and do the sewing. It's definitely not going to happen this same night, but dress. So here is this dress on before. Like, I could get away with wearing it like this, but it is a bit itchy and I do prefer it just like cinched in a little bit more. So that's what I'm gonna do. So there'll be sort of that much extra fabric. Yeah, this is very nice. Okay guys, it is now October 19th, the day after I filmed the little intro part that you just saw. And so since it's in my head, I've decided I would set up and try to do these alterations. So I have this light blue silk material or chemise. I can't quite remember exactly what type of material I bought, but it's from an old project, so I've got some remnants left over, and I figured I could use them to line the top section that is itchy around the neck. I did have a bit of a look at this, and I'm not going to remove this inner part here that folds over. I could, but then I would have to mess with the zipper, so I don't want to do that. I just want to do the easiest alteration possible. So what I think I'm going to do is just place this over the top with a seam. So I will join this on as close to the current seam line as possible, and then that will fold over and create the inner lining. I'll also overlock the edges so that they're finished. I have my overlocker here, my sewing machine here. The first thing I wanted to do was try and work out what size I need to make this neckband lining and cut it out. So I guess I'll get started with trying to do that. Also, I'm used to working off of patterns, so this whole like sort of working on the fly thing's a little new to me, and I could very easily make a lot of mistakes. I don't really know how I'll work this out, if I'm honest. I may not have done this the right way. Do you want the silky side on you? That's alright, we can change this. Let me think this through. Yeah, I've done this the wrong way. Let's try this again. Now with the silky side down. Okay, now that looks better. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to trim. Let's just go like that, get rid of that excess. So all I've been able to think of is to pin right along the seam and then cut just above that. That's how far I've gotten now. So now to cut. Now we have this. Now I'm going to unpin that. The idea is that then I flip the collar back the way it is, and this piece will sit over the top, except that I've overlocked this edge and this will be underneath. Okay, so we now have this, which will sit over my neck. I'm going to need to pin this in place. Actually, be enough to go all the way to the end there. I didn't plan on that, but it would make things easier. I may as well. And then I'll just add another piece over here. It's not like, it's not the best job, it's good to keep things even, but if you get something like this happen where it fits so perfectly, then just go with it. A problem that I have with this sewing machine is that it's not balanced. I don't know what's happened. I think there's like a foot missing perhaps. Yeah, there's a foot missing. So I have some little sticky pads and I'm going to try and put one of those on. So these things are floor protectors, you know, for chairs and that sort of thing. So I'm going to just try and stick one under the place the foot is no longer there. Just over here. Oh, nice. It's been like that for like 4 years. But look at this. That's so much better than it was. What is this? It's not getting in the way. So I've just cut the extra little bit. I'm gonna overlock that now. Then I can join it to the other piece and stitch it on and then do my final stitching. I certainly haven't ended up with an amazingly clean edge. I got some gathering happening around the center where the fabrics that are bunched up, but it's not too bad. So I'll get my needle out and just hand stitch this down. Okay, it's not very pretty, but it is done. So now I have to do this side as well. So that is that part done. Yay! On to the next bit, which is to take in these seams, just a smidgen. I'll put this on now, see if that fits. So this is the fit where I've pinned it at the moment. Could possibly go slightly more in right here. And that's pretty good. I'm gonna go look in a mirror where I can properly see it and then decide whether I need to bring it in anymore. So I'm just gonna bring it in a touch more right at the bottom of the waistband, but only minuscule. I really like the fit right here, so we're on the right track. hopefully that's it. Hopefully I don't have to redo this. Let's put this on and see how I go. Okay, so it could be slightly tighter, but I think that I'm gonna leave it as it is, just in case like I feel a bit bloated that day, or you know, maybe I put on a little bit extra weight, I don't know, but you know, I think just having a little bit more give in the dress isn't going to be a bad thing, and it does look more cinched in than it did before. Like if it was more cinched in than this, it'd just be a bit more like that, but then that might be a bit restrictive, and I feel like I can move in this. So I like how this has turned out, and I think I'm just gonna leave it there, pop it, my cat just went in the window, pop it back in my wardrobe and get ready to wear it out busking one day. So I'll just show you some before and afters now, and otherwise, thanks for joining me for this video. Like and subscribe, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.